Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the High Moving Podcast. And, it's been a few days since the Raiders fired head coach or former head coach Josh McDaniels. And also, too, that's like another Belichick coaching disciple failing miserably, right? These dudes just can't coach in the league. And clearly, Bill Belichick can't really coach himself unless he has an all-time great quarterback in Tom Brady, right? I mean, now we definitely know that Tom Brady was the dynasty, is the dynasty, was the de facto head coach and the de facto offensive coordinator. Okay, sure, you can give Belichick credit for architecting, some of those defenses that helped assist Brady. Cool, don't want to take too much away from Belichick, but we know that. But, now that the Raiders have moved on to Antonio Pierce, and shout out to Antonio Pierce, seems like those guys are motivated to play, and I knew that they were going to come out. And usually when a team gets a new coach, especially when there's rumors that they don't like their current coach, they're going to go all out for the next coach, albeit against the Wimsley Giants, who's going to be trying to compete for a high draft pick to get a top quarterback. I would assume so. But there's reports coming out, and usually when a coach gets fired, it's just like, okay, you know what, he's just not doing a good job, but it's also now it's like he's not doing a good job in combination of being a horrible leader. This article I'm reading, was saying that Josh McDaniels had lost the locker room in the final game. Okay, there was like players, coaches, they ripped into McDaniels on team meetings Thursday before that Lions game, which was absolute embarrassment. And then also too is that it was saying that look, the owner Mark Davis, he met with the players, he met with Josh Jacobs, the running back, Devontae Adams, and that Davis had learned through those meetings many of the issues that the players brought up to McDaniels at the team meeting. It was a dysfunctional situation, one that led McDaniels to being fired right away midway in the season. And also it's saying that, look, McDaniels held long, among the issues players complained about to McDaniels that were that he held long team meetings, that he overcorrected every mistake, and that he blamed players for issues with play calling. So, these coaches, and Shady McCoy on speaking mentioned like, these New England coaches, ex-coaches are arrogant, and I can see that happening. He has these long meetings, nothing's getting worked on, he's overcorrecting, no self-reflection, and remember, this is the same fool who was given opportunities to coach the Broncos, couldn't do that. Okay, he got an opportunity to coach the Colts, backed out of that last minute. This is the guy, right? And then not only that, a couple years later, turns around and gets to have this job. He gets a crazy contract with the Raiders that the Raiders got to eat. That's big money. And it's unfortunate that Mark Davis and them got to eat that contract. But I got to give credit to them. The Raiders seem like they're trying. They need the culture rebuild started the moment they fired McDaniels and put in Antonio Pierce, right? Will Antonio Pierce to be successful? Who knows? But right now, hey, Raider Nation and them, they're happy. And it looks like leadership. And I commend Mark Davis for meeting with the players. He's not just going to sit up there and say, hey, you need to figure this out. You need to, your players need to be obedient. It seemed like Mark Davis wants to be, he's the owner, but he's also like, a player's owner too. For him to make this decision after meeting with the top players on your team, that's how it is. That's how you start. You got to listen to the guys that are on the field and in the locker room in these meetings. Sometimes it's not all about just listening to the coach. If the coach is not doing what he needs to do, then that's it. It's time that you need to change direction. You need to reverse pivot or change course directly. And quick, fast, in a hurry. So also too is they were saying that like, McDaniels was like kind of like acting kind of funny before the game, kind of like checked out. And once a head coach check out, that's it. And really, honestly, this report is more scathing than anything for McDaniels. I think McDaniels has lost. He will never be a head coach, in my opinion, in NFL ever again. Players, they know each other on each team. They know how it goes. If he's ever a head coach, what player in free agency or whatever gets drafted there, whatever, wants to play for him. He still thinks he's somewhat Bill Belichick in a way. He's still trying to bring that Patriot nonsense over there. Long meetings, ripping to the players. You're not self-correcting. He did it to himself. Hey, at the end of the day, Josh McDaniels, maybe he won because he got that contract. Cool. Enjoy that money. But as far as being an NFL head coach on any level, maybe he can be an assistant, but that's dicey too. So man, just a damning report coming out. You knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad where Mark Davis is having to sit down with players and talk with them. And then after that input, hey man, gotta go. And then of course, I'm sure the players were like, yo, put Antonio Pierce in position. We want to play for him. So yeah. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about this latest report from the Raiders, man, about Josh McDaniels, man. It's crazy, yo. Anyways, thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.